What's going on, everyone? Today we have the 2019 Ford F-450 Limited Trim. That is the top trim, ultra capable, ultra luxurious truck. If you want to blend a workhorse mentality with this truck, all the capability that it has, but still spoil yourself with all the luxury that it has, this is the truck for you. I'm going to show you everything that comes with this $90,000 Ford F-450 Limited Trim. Going to go through the powertrain, the interior, the exterior, going to go for a test drive. Let's get started. Now, starting things off, I want to talk about this powertrain because that's really the name of the game with this truck. First of all, I want to let you know I do not have any towing in this video. I actually did have something lined up to tow with this truck. I was going to tow some hay, but because of the storms and the rain, we had a couple tornadoes and just some flat out downpours, that wasn't able to happen. So I'm sorry about that. I will put some towing footage in here from Ford, but you won't see me tow. So if that's what you came here to see, I'm sorry. But otherwise, let's get started on this. So starting with this 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. This is 450 horsepower, 935 pound-feet of torque. And we have two batteries right here. It's supposed to be excellent with high altitude performance as well. Another nice thing, if you're working on this, you've got your transmission fluid and your oil dipstick right there, and you've got this service light right here. Our particular model is equipped with an extra heavy-duty alternator for $115 extra, and I would definitely go for that. Power is a big deal here. I wouldn't want to skimp on that with a work truck like this. Another impressive thing with this 8-foot box and this F-450 is that we have a 48-gallon fuel tank, so you've got miles for days. And then when it comes to towing can vary a lot across the whole Super Duty board. And I'm gonna put a link down below in the description so you guys can see. Ford actually has on their brochure a chart with the axle ratios, the trim level, all that, the wheelbase, all that stuff depending on the towing numbers. So I'll put that down below if you wanna see that. But towing, the max towing with a gooseneck is gonna be 35,000 pounds. That's 100 pounds short of Ram's current 2019 model. And fifth wheel is gonna be 27,500 miles. And conventional towing max will be 21,000 pounds. I'll talk about the payload and the gross combined weight rating in a second, but let's check out that exhaust. Let's check out all the features on the exterior, and this thing is definitely loaded. So this truck is the top end limited trim. I've actually heard a lot of people think that the King Ranch is the top end trim, but the limited trim is top, and then Platinum is right below that, and then King Ranch. So starting out here on the front, we've got the quad beam LED headlights. They do a pretty nice job at night. They're not the best that I've ever seen, but these LEDs definitely project well. You've got this daytime running light that really stands out. I love that daytime running light. I mean, you can see this truck coming from a mile away. And we've got LED fog lights, our chrome recovery hooks. The grille is a satin aluminum with chrome, and you got Super Duty stamped right there on the front. There's even a camera under the Ford emblem, and I'll kind of show you that in a little bit. You can also see the marker lights we've got on the roof, over on the dually side over there. So this truck looks pretty nice at night. It really makes a presence. It's, you know, it doesn't have to look luxurious, but it definitely does. This paint coat is the ruby red metallic. I've showed you guys this paint on a couple other Fords, I believe, and I think it looks pretty nice. It's not too flaky metallic, and I really do apologize. I washed this truck about 3 times, but as you can see, the hood is wet. And the side body has dried a little bit, but we've had some pop-up showers like crazy this week, and I've literally washed it like 3 times. Anyways, I think this truck is attractive, especially for a heavy-duty truck. It doesn't have to be. Right here we have 19.5-inch wheels, and they have the 10 stud variety right here. You know, exactly what you need. Capable of handling a lot of weight, that is for sure. You've got F-450 stamped on the badge right there, the limited sign. Power Stroke diesel, of course. And our mirrors, I have the light on right now. We have the spotlight that really does a nice job of lighting up the side of the vehicle. And underneath of it, there's even an approach light. So at night, there's a ton of lighting around here, and you can use the spotlight to light up the side of the vehicle pretty well. The approach light is nice when you're getting close to the vehicle. They are the power scoping mirrors. They have memory settings as well, so they can branch out, move away from the vehicle, and power fold, all from a button on the inside of the vehicle. I'll show you the smart key system a little bit. We also have the power folding running boards right down there. And that gas tank right there is a 48-gallon tank, which is crazy, but I guess you probably need it if you're gonna be towing some heavy loads, using up a lot of fuel. So our truck, of course, is the Super Crew. The F-450 comes with either the regular cab or the crew cab, so you cannot get a super cab, which kind of surprised me, but we also have the long 8-foot box right here as well. So that makes this truck 266 inches long. So it is one long, big truck, that is for sure. As we get around back, you can see the limited badge right there. The lower trim F-Series trucks do not get that, almost like a plaque on the back. They just either will say F-150 or nothing at all for some of the older ones. Then it says Super Duty, of course. And this truck has 8.6 inches of ground clearance. I was expecting better than that, but most of the vehicle seems to be pretty high. There's just the minimum ground clearance. Then we've got our exhaust tip right here. Always looks pretty nice for the diesel. And these taillights are LED, that little rim around the taillight anyways. So that is always on right there. Another thing about our truck, as you can see, we have the FX4 off-road package. That'll give us a transfer case and fuel tank skid plates, hill descent control, off-road tuned shocks, and there's some buttons on the inside as well for all of that. Now when it comes to some of the more advanced features, you don't necessarily associate that with a heavy-duty truck, but this has blind spot information with a trailer blind spot as well, which is very nice. Lane keep alert, not the actual lane keep assist, but lane keep alert. Adaptive cruise control. And I have used the adaptive cruise control and it seems to keep a decent distance. I'm curious if it extends its distance for when you're towing, but leave your comments down below if you have experience with that. Forward collision warning with brake support, which is actually integrated into the trailer brake controller. Rain sensing wipers, automatic high beams, and adaptive steering that adjusts the inputs of the steering wheel for better and easier maneuverability. All right, y'all, so there's a lot to know about this box, and a lot of you, if you get this truck, you are definitely going to be using it. So this is the 8-foot box. That's what you get here, and that is what is ideal for working. Obviously, you can fit the most in it. First of all, you have a locking tailgate, a remote access tailgate. You have the camera right here, and then you have a hitch light. So this projects right down at your hitch. So at night, it's easier to see, especially when you have your camera going. It's just really handy and convenient. And to open it up, all you gotta do is push the button, and there you go. Or you can even use your key fob or open it from the inside of the truck. And Ford does also still give us on this truck their tailgate step. So you just pull that out, pull the handle out, lock it up in place, and you've got a step with the handle. Easy to use, easy to put away. Now once you get into the back of this truck, you can get a bed liner. We don't have the bed liner, but we have this $1,500 assembly hitch kit right here. So there's a lot of different things that you can get, of course. Fifth wheel, gooseneck. You can, of course, tow conventionally. You've got a plug over there. You've got the box link tie downs, which are the 4 adjustable, lockable cleats, 2 on each side. You've got 4 fixed tie downs. And then, as you can see, we have LED box lighting, 1 up there, up on the top of the cab, and 1 in each corner of the truck bed. So that is nice. And then you can fit a lot between these wheel wells. You've got 50.5 inches between the wheel wells there. The spare tire is underneath of us here. And like I said, 8-foot box. Lots of stuff that you can fit in here. Payload, I'm gonna put a brochure link or a link in the description where you can find all the different payloads for different configurations. 6,190 pounds. And then the F-350 can get 7,640 pounds. So that makes the F-450 gross combined weight rating 43,300 pounds, which is just insane. Ford gives us the typical key fob that you've seen on all the other F-Series trucks that we have. You can open the tailgate with a couple clicks of that, just like that. You also have remote start and push button start standard on this limited trim. And the way this works is it's got a sensor behind the door handle. You can open it like that. You can lock it by pushing on there. You also have your touchpad, But since we have the power folding running boards, once we open the door, we get that to pop down, and it greets you with limited right there on the door sill. The limited trim of the F-450 sets itself apart with its nice camelback leather interior and nice premium accent trim pieces. This limited trim can give us the easy entry and exit system, so when you turn the vehicle on or off, the seat can move, the steering wheel can move, so it's easier to get in and out. The best part about these seats though is that they are the multi-contour seats, so they have the massaging function. All you have to do is push the little button in between the lumbar support, and then you can adjust it on the screen where you want your massage and where you want all that, and you've got massaging seats. This leather is very nice. We've got this two-tone camelback. It's a premium leather, and it is definitely nice. It sets itself apart from the rest of them. There's actually decent bolstering around your body, but it's not squishy. It's not going to squeeze you too much. Both are power adjustable, and we have 4-way lumbar support, so all the adjustments that you could ask for. There's even a headrest ratcheting system so that you can move the headrest forward or backwards, whatever's comfortable for you. Another thing is that our steering wheel is power adjustable, both up and down and telescoping, and our pedals are adjustable, so you can adjust your pedals closer to you or further away. So big and small, short and tall should have no problem fitting in here. Now let me give you a good look at this interior. There's tons of stuff. So you've got nice soft material up above, a nice soft armrest as well. You've got your accent trim piece right there. There's good storage in the door, even a little storage bin right there. You've got your memory settings on there as well, automatic windows, and then I'll show you how the mirror works in a sec. Just to the inside, you've got your buttons to turn on your spotlights on your mirrors, your regular lighting controls, and your bed light, your fog lights, your interior lights as well. And then just below that, you can open your tailgate and you can adjust the pedals. So you can move those pedals in or out, and then your emergency brake right there. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Push button start. And Ford definitely made this nicer than some of the lower trims. Absolutely. This is a top trim. You've got a nice material up on the dash. Even the Super Duty trim piece right here is nice. You've got same accents on the doors. You've got the soft material up here as well. Soft heated steering wheel. All the materials I showed you on the door. Even these trim pieces right here and around the air vents, all of that feels nice and looks nice. So if you don't care about any of that, of course you can get a lower trim. But if you're going to be spending $90,000, you're probably going to expect the capability plus the plushness and niceness of a luxury truck. Now over here for the mirrors, if you want to move the mirror out, if you want to move the mirrors, you use this button. You can power fold them as well right here down below. So I'll push that button, and then you can watch that mirror move out. You can do both mirrors just like that. And then to fold them in, there you go. So they don't automatically fold, but if you're in a tight parking spot, just a good idea. So this steering wheel is leather wrapped. It does feel pretty nice. It is also heated. You still have your adaptive cruise control settings on there, controls for your information display, volume, radio controls, Bluetooth, voice controls, all that down here. This also has rain sensing windshield wipers, so they're going to be automatic, but you can control at what rate they still go, if you want them a little faster or not. The information display up here is really nice from Ford. There's a ton of information that you can see, so you can customize your own view on what kind of stuff you want. You've got a couple trip computers, and that MPG is pretty close to what I've been getting so far for about 200 miles. If we go check out the next one, a longer duration from someone before me, 12.1 miles per gallon, so maybe there was some towing involved with that. And then more information right here, diesel exhaust fluid. You can even see your transmission temperature, so that can come in handy while you're towing. Keep an eye on that. Tons of information, all sorts of trailering status or trailering information as well. So very useful information once you've got something hooked up. Off-road controls, your pitch, your roll, your wheel angle, distance to empty. You can change your cruise control from adaptive to regular. Just a ton of information that you can go through on here and turn stuff off or on as well. So a lot of helpful information. Up on the dash, there's actually a nice soft mat right here, and it was big enough for me to set my DSLR camera on there and any other kind of stuff you don't want to slide around. We've got our four-wheel drive controls right here. No automatic on our model, but of course on some other models you can get that. I don't think it's a heavy duty thing, but on the F-150s that I had, you had an automatic setting. Trailer brake controller right down here. And then just over to the other side, you've got a 12-volt outlet and a plug right there. I love having a plug in a vehicle. I wish that there was one in the bed of the truck. I'm surprised that there's not. Then we have a few buttons and switches up top: engine braking, traction control, your hazards of course, your downhill assist with our FX4 package. You can turn your lane keep alert on or off. And then we have a camera button. So the camera is really nice on this vehicle. There's a ton of different things that you can see. So of course you can kind of see a top-down view right there. You can see out the front of the vehicle. You can make it so that it's full screen on here. You can have the three-way view just like this out the front. You even have a high-mounted camera, so you can keep an eye on your trailer. You can check stuff in the back of the truck. Just a lot of helpful information. And then the aux right here, you can place a camera where you want. So obviously I don't have anything hooked up, but say you want to put one on the back of the trailer, you can do that. Just really nice, really handy. This does give us the sync 8-inch screen with the B&O sound system. Apple CarPlay works just as you would expect. Android Auto, those are both standard. Go back to here. Got your typical presets. You can actually replay and seek through some of the SiriusXM channels. You can control your climate controls on here. You've got a heated steering wheel button. There's no physical heated steering wheel button, so you do have to do it on here. You can go to your home screen and do it as well. You can control what you see on here also, which is nice. If you have your phone plugged in and you go to phone or maps or Apple CarPlay, it will go to your Apple CarPlay. But the B&O sound system is very nice. It's not top end, but it definitely is nice. You can control different things, customize different settings on here as well. So lots of good stuff that's available to you on here. You even have your multi-contour seats that you can use by pushing a button, your Wi-Fi. So tons and tons of stuff for you guys on here. Then just below that, you've got real physical knobs, real buttons as well, volume and tuning, dual zone automatic climate control with 3-tier cooled, 3-tier heated seats as well, fan speed, all that information down there. A pretty decent sized storage bin right there. I'm surprised that there's not wireless charging down here, but I got a couple USB ports. You've got this really neat cup holder setup. So this is typically where some of you will probably keep it. You have big storage right here because we have our column shifter with our tow haul mode button right there. And you can even shift into manual and control your gears on your own right here. Or if you want 4 drinks or just extra storage like that, you can do that. And then our limited trim gets its own little badge on here. So that's pretty cool. 2019 F-450 limited. Just lets you know you're high rolling. And this armrest is nice material. It is soft. And then check it out. We even have a safe in here. So you can have your own combination, your own lock. And then check it out. And then you've got a storage bin down below. So that's definitely nice. You can store whatever you need to in there and keep it safe and locked up. Plus over here you've got a dual little glove box area, so we can open that one up for some storage. There's a locking glove box down there. There's garage controls up on our mirror. We have LED lights up here, even 6 upfitter switches as well. And then we've got sunglass holder, and we've got our panoramic or twin panel moonroof right up above us. So twin panel roof, I believe, is more so for your passengers, but it is definitely pretty nice. And one more thing, let me go ahead and put it in reverse. So we've got kind of the top-down camera right there. You got your hitch line, so it's going to help you back up to a trailer. You can line that up. You've got dynamic lines. You can go and zoom in on that so you can see right at your hitch. And like I said, there's an actual camera, or not a camera, but a light on your tailgate to help you with that. And then check this out. You've got trailer reverse guidance. So had you had your trailer hooked up and you're in reverse here, you can see both sides of the vehicle really well. And you can even adjust from side to side. So that can help you if there's something on next to you, just backing into stuff, getting real close to things. Definitely very handy. Getting into the back seats also are not a problem at all. You've got your power running boards, you've got your grab handle, and there you go. Now, as you've seen me in other F-Series trucks, I've got tons of room in this back seat. It's really spacious. It's really nice. These seats are still really comfortable. I've got tons of foot space, tons of knee space as well. And when I sit up tall, I still have some headroom to spare, so someone you know, taller than me should be able to fit in here, even though we have this twin panel moonroof. This F-450 also gives us the typical fold down armrest with the pop out cup holders. So you've got those, you've got two cup holders right up here. You have AC vents, even outboard heated rear seats. We have two USB ports, 110 volt plug-in, and a 12 volt power outlet back here as well. And since it's a completely flat load floor, and this is the same as this outboard seat, someone can sit here, have tons of leg space, and still good head space. One of my favorite things about these full-size trucks, and there's no shortage of that in these heavy-duty trucks, one is that you've got these split folding seats, so that makes it really handy to store some big stuff back here. And look how flat this load floor is. You can fit a ton of stuff back here. I actually put a desk back here, I put a weed whacker, a trimmer, and a blower back here as well. So because it was raining and I just wanted to store them in here for the time being, and there was no problems with that. And then you've got a lockable little area right here. So I'm just gonna pop this up, and then there's a little handle that you pull, and then you've got a whole separate storage area right there, just like I showed you on that F-250. Really nice to keep stuff, you know, separated from other things as well. And then you've got your jack kit under there, so there's a little bit of storage underneath of here. Overall, really nice, usable, functional back seat. All right, thanks y'all so much for tuning in for the test drive of this F-450. I apologize that I have not been able to tow anything. I was really hoping to be able to tow something. I think the trailer was gonna be around, with all the hay, could have depended, but 15,000 pounds if I remember right, but I'm sorry that I can't do that for you guys. Now, one thing as I'm backing up here that really comes in handy is the camera system on here. And especially if you've got a trailer, you can put a camera on your trailer. You can push that button anytime, and you can even see the trailer. You can see your truck bed. So very handy. A lot of nice features that just make towing and carrying stuff, hauling stuff, working easier. So this test drive is going to be a little different just because I'm not going to be able to tow anything, and that is what it is meant to do. Because it's definitely a jittery ride with nothing in it. You can definitely help with that and make it better and smooth it out if you even just put some sandbags in the truck bed. That'll help to, you know, relieve some of that high sprung tension that we have. Because when you get on some bumps, like I'm just on these little strips on the lane markers, and it's a bumpy ride. So it's not going to be quite the same test drive, but I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on it. Let's get started. Right off the bat with the acceleration, you can hear that diesel sound. And it's a nice sounding powertrain. You've got a 6-speed, it's a torque shift transmission. And this and that F-250 that I drove have both been very smooth. I've had no troubles with them. Now, when I get on it, I apologize, guys. Got a pretty narrow road. My right tire is on the side of the road, and I've got these lane markers here. Just let me get off this road. So you can kind of just tell how bumpy it is when you have nothing. But, you know, once you get a trailer, you're towing something, you get some weight in here, it's going to smoothen things out a lot. One thing that I really appreciate with these diesel engines on these last two heavy duties that I've had, it does not have the automatic shut off, the auto start stop technology. So you don't have to worry about fussing with that or pressing that button. In order to realize all 950 pound-feet of torque, you've got to be towing something. But it delivers the power pretty quick for a heavy duty. And it'll kick you back in your seat a little bit. Just the way that this thing feels accelerating, I can only imagine how smooth and how effortless that acceleration would be with the trailer. And the brakes on here, they're all 4 vented disc brakes, of course. We've got pretty large rotors. Like I said, I can't comment on braking performance with the trailer, but without a trailer, it does just fine. There's quite a bit of pedal play. I'm sure that that's intentional for when you actually have a trailer. The big impressive thing for me with this truck is just how comfortable it is, how spacious it is, all of the features that you have paired with its capability. 35,000 pounds with the gooseneck, over 27,000 with the fifth wheel, 21,000 conventional towing. And I have no doubt that this can manage that no problem based off the torque that we have and the big vented rotors that we've got. Plus all the niceties that you get with it, like the screen in front of you, the screen right here, the cameras, trailer brake controller, all that, the blind spot for your trailer. It's just loaded with a ton of stuff to help make your job easier. Now payload, the F-350 I believe actually has the most payload. So if that's kind of your big thing, you don't have to go up to this F-450. The F-350 can handle it. Now I've been living with this F-450 for a week now. I've put a couple hundred miles on it, and it's definitely a little bit of a trick, a job to park it in between vehicles. I mean, your wheel wells take up just about the entire lane, but once you get used to driving this thing, it's not bad keeping it in its lane. If you want, you have the option to turn on your lane keep alert, so it'll let you know if you get out of your lane, but it's really not that big and burdensome to drive around as you would expect. But the biggest thing I think is that we have the long box, so parking in normal parking spots is just difficult. But most of you are probably going to be using this on a farm or on a work site. One thing to know with a truck this big and this heavy is that it's really easy to maneuver. This has adaptive steering like that F-250 did, and I wasn't really sure if I knew if I could tell like the difference of non-adaptive steering versus adaptive steering with that. But with this, I don't know. I mean, for how big this truck is, this thing is really easy to move around. So, like I said, it's really long, but it's maneuverable. It's not hard to spin the wheel. It goes right where you want it to. And now we're on a louder textured road. Actually, I would get you on a gravel road, but it's just so dang bumpy on a gravel road. So no gravel road in this video, only if I had something to tow. But the road noise is very well contained in here. There's definitely some wind noise that comes from these big mirrors, you know, that's part of it. But we have laminated glass here, and just like the other F-Series trucks, road noise is very good. So in conclusion, everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope that you learned some about this F-450, this $90,000 truck. Super capable, super luxurious, top-end limited trim. It's just pretty much everything that you could ask for in a $90,000 truck. I do videos every single week. Please be sure to subscribe down below for heavy-duty trucks, light-duty trucks, sports cars, regular cars, SUVs, all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. Leave your comments down below what you think of this F-450. We'll catch you guys next week.